Hey you guys, welcome back to another edition of the channel. Of course, this is IVF appointment day, and we're here early because, again, it's a 4-hour drive. We always leave a little bit earlier to make sure that we get here on time. At today's appointment, we are doing a med class, or I should say I'm doing a med class to learn how this particular clinic wants me to do my injections. So I'm curious to see what's different with their system versus the previous clinic that I was going to go to. I also know that I'm supposed to be getting a COVID test done today. That's what she mentioned. She last week at the appointment that I had last Monday. She also did indicate, like I've said before, that I'm supposed to start my period on Friday. I don't anticipate that happening on Friday, mainly because I'm having no symptoms to wanting to have my period. I don't know if it's because I'm taking the estrogen patch, which I have my estrogen patch right here at the moment. I did have to switch it out last night at work because as I was at work, I happened to notice that it was lifting, and I just so happened to have an extra one in my car, so I did switch it out, and it's just now a personal habit of mine to make sure I have one on hand in case that they come out. So I have one in my purse in case that one falls off. I think that maybe a little water got under it when I was taking my shower and it was on the right side, but I don't have any issues with them falling off on the left side, so I may exclusively do them on the left side just because they don't get waterlogged, so to speak. But I'm super nervous about this appointment, mainly because I have not had a COVID test done before. I don't feel that I have exposed myself to the point where I'm worried about it coming back negative. Even while at work, I do make sure that I'm sanitizing my hands. I'm disinfecting the things that I come around, washing my hands, wearing my mask, and keeping, my social distancing going on within reason. So, yeah, stay tuned. I am not sure if she's going to let me record. I am going to ask her, can I record and tell her, I need to record so that I can remember this at a later date. They do have videos on their website. I have looked at the videos. Honestly, I don't like them. Nothing against the lady or anything, but mainly because the packaging and things that she has in the videos, that's not how I got some of my medications. So I don't know if the video is a little dated and maybe they've gotten in person an update version of what I'm going to be taking. My husband does have to do a semen analysis as well today, and that's just standard protocol for them. Even though we do have frozen sperm that was extracted during the previous facility that we were at, they want that done. I do have to turn in the consent forms and go over the consent forms with the nurse, make sure everything's in there done correctly. I got to turn in the paperwork for CFI to be able to receive the sperm, because I have paid a carrier to go pick that up. Luckily, that wasn't expensive. It was $236.36 to be able to get my husband's sperm, moved from the previous location, which is Durham, North Carolina, to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm not sure how long of a drive that is, but I was just very happy we don't have to be concerned with doing it ourselves. I do have to make sure I call the carrier back and give them the information of when their pickup date is supposed to be. In addition to that, I am kind of frustrated because I've been contacting the pharmacy that is filling all of my medication, and my doctor's office has sent over the prescriptions twice now, and they keep saying they haven't received it. So in the appointment today, I'm going to have to get a paper prescription, and sometime this week the prescription will have to be driven to the pharmacy, which is a 2-hour drive from my house, and dropped off, and then filled. And if they can't fill it same day, then they're going to mail it to me. And it's one of those, because it's the VA pharmacy, and the VA is Veteran Administration. So any other videos that you see, I will always refer to the Veteran Administration's hospital as the VA. The VA, they tend to be a little slow. And I think that's mainly because they're servicing all military branches. So they do have a lot on their table, but needless to say, I've learned the system, and I kind of know the timelines of when they need to be done. So the appointment's at 1 o'clock. I have 30 minutes before I need to call in and tell them that I'm outside and wait in the car for them to call me to come upstairs, because they do have limited space and seating inside of the waiting room. So when I come back, it will either be me in the car again, recapping about what happened, or it'll be you getting to see footage of what actually is happening. No matter which nostril?
You have to go both.
Oh, both of them? And do I just stick in, or?
Exactly. You're going to go in circle motions in both nostrils. Good.
Oh, that tickles.
Okay, that's good. Perfect.
Oh, that makes me want to sneeze.
We have some tissues right here.
That wasn't bad.
No, I don't think this one is bad.
I've seen the videos of the ones that they do when you're doing like the drive up one. It almost looks like they're shoving away in their brains. Oh, that makes my nose tickle. So apparently at my clinic, you can self-administer your COVID test, and it wasn't bad. It felt like something was tickling my nose to where I wanted to sneeze, and I just went in circular motions in it. So that's not bad. I have to do it again before the egg transfer. So that's a Debbie Downer, but oh well. Hey you guys, so the appointment is over, and the COVID test really wasn't as bad as I hyped it up to be. Well, let me say this. Their version of the COVID test wasn't as bad as I hyped it up to be. It definitely didn't look like what I have seen the COVID test look like on videos of others taking it. So as you can see in the clip before, I was able to self-administer my COVID test versus having her do it herself. And I was very happy with that. The medication class, I didn't record only because it would have been redundant for me to. I have already posted a video of the medication class that Duke provided me with, but the issue with that class is they are asking me to do something slightly different than Duke. They are combining the Menopur and the Gonal-f injections together. And so that would enable me to only take one injection. She did say, however, if I would rather give myself each individual injection, that's fine, but they try to minimize how many times so as I was saying, the combining of the two injections minimizes how many injections I have to take, because my particular protocol has me taking injections morning and evening. So she said that there's not a really set time frame for me to take those particular injections, but that if I take them between, for example, between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning, I need to take them during those same 2-hour intervals in the evening between 6 and 8 p.m. So she did tell me that the HCG shot that I was trying to get them to fax over to the pharmacy with the VA and have it mailed over to me so I wouldn't have to drive to the VA, never did get faxed over. Well, it got faxed over from their end, but the VA never received it. I don't know what's going on with the VA faxing capabilities, but yeah, it never was received by them. So she handed me a paper prescription, and I drove an hour and 45 minutes from my fertility clinic to the VA center to get them to fill the medication. And then I'm going to drive another 2 hours back home. So if you're doing your math, add up all those hours that we would have been in the car. But I am happy to say I have everything. The only other medication that may or may not have to be filled will be my antibiotic. I only have 14 tablets of the doxycycline, which is an antibiotic that I was told by the former clinic that I would need to take that when I'm getting ready to prepare for the transfer. However, this doctor's office, Dr. Yalsinkaya, he prefers you to begin your antibiotics when you begin stimming. And he wants you to take it twice a day. So with that being said, I can't take it twice a day and take it for the full 10 days of stimming that he would like. So she said that she would ask him, do I need to have the entire 10 days, or can I take the doxycycline later, given that his protocol is to still give me a liquid dose of antibiotics while I'm going under for the egg retrieval. Upon talking to one of the young ladies that is a veteran, and she's using the same insurance program that's paying for her IVF, and we actually are going to the same clinic, and we're kind of piggybacking behind each other as far as our cycles are going to be for this month. She suggested that I ask them to print out a copy again, and I drop it off at the Naval Hospital in town because I stay 10 minutes from there. And given that it's just a regular antibiotic, then they would be able to fill it there. And she said, I'm taking doxycycline only because I have a penicillin allergy. So any of the psyllin family medications I would have an allergic reaction to. So that's the only reason why I'm taking the doxycycline. And the doxycycline is something that is not a specialty medication. Because at this point, I don't have time to really drive to Fayetteville and drop off a prescription and hope that I looked up today that they had in stock, and it was the last one they had in stock. Is when I handed him the paper, he actually said, oh, well, we filled this before. You've taken this before. We filled this for you before. And I had to explain to him that, no, you have not. That you guys did it's not an HCG, but it is it's Overdrill. Overdrill it's ACG, but it's not strong enough for IVF. It's an ACG trigger shot that they give you for IUI, intrauterine insemination. So Dr. Yalsinkaya was very surprised that they actually prescribed me what he would consider an IUI medication. And I did notice the difference between the protocol that they were going to give me and the protocol that Dr. Yalcinkaya is going to give me is I was only going to be taking 150 milligrams of Gonal-f once a day. I am taking 150 milligrams of Gonal-f twice a day, and I am doing 2 vials of the Menopur a day, where I was only going to do that once a day. I am still only going to do the Ganirelix once a day, but Ganirelix will be introduced, I think, day 6 of taking the medication. So it does look like he's going to just go real aggressive with it, and I'm glad that I do have enough medication for him to. So one Gonal-f pen will be what I inject in one day. Half of a Gonal-f pen will be what I inject in one day, because my Gonal-f pens are 900 pens. So I'm glad that I do have enough to where I can do 2 days worth of injections on there. But yeah, so that's how that appointment went. I'm gonna go and get everything put away. I do have a travel pack that I have purchased off of Amazon that will allow me to put my syringes in there, and it has little small cooling packs in it that you put inside of the refrigerator, and then you'll be able to keep it inside of there, and it'll keep the medication that needs to be refrigerated. It'll still keep it refrigerated, and it'll keep everything organized. I do have to keep up with my weight daily once I start these stims, and then I also have to continue monitoring my blood pressure as well, because he said if my at-home records do not show and prove that my blood pressure is controlled, he will cancel the entire cycle. I have already been in the habit of monitoring it 3 times a day. I actually should have brought it with me today to check it midday, but I didn't, because I assumed that the clinic was going to take my vitals today, and they didn't. I guess she didn't really want to bother, being that she was already administering a COVID test. And the COVID test must be a rapid, because she said that the results will be back in 2 days. So today's Wednesday. I should know something Friday or Saturday, because their clinic is open on Saturdays, with regard to whether or not I tested positive or negative for COVID. What else is there? I do have to still wait for the phone call to get the carrier to pick up the specimens for us. We do have some time for that. I just got to wait for a date that that the old clinic is scheduling the pickup for. So that will be my homework assignment. The nurse seemed very impressed when she saw that some of the medicine the supplements that they're suggesting that I take or begin taking, I've been taking them since June. And she suggested, well, they didn't suggest, they are requiring me to take baby aspirin once I start stimming. And I told her, oh, well, I've been taking baby aspirin since August to September, somewhere in there. I began taking baby aspirin, and I take 100 milligrams of baby aspirin daily. They recommend at least 81, and it's going to help with the quality. One of the supplements that he suggested was CoQ10, and I've been taking that. He suggests 100 milligrams of CoQ10 daily, and I have been taking 600 milligrams of CoQ10 daily. So my research with It Starts With Eggs already had me prepped. So if you have not begun the process, please, please, please go on Amazon. The book is very inexpensive, and purchase It Starts With an Egg, or I think it says It Starts With an Egg or It Begins With the Egg. And it's very, very helpful. I really do feel like the quality of my eggs are going to be higher, because I gave myself 5 months before I began my stems in order to get the eggs in their quality. He is estimating only one of the embryos are going to come back normal, but I don't believe that. I'm not claiming that. I feel like, yes, theoretically, we are going to have a chance of some abnormal ones, but I don't think we're going to be left with just one normal embryo. So that's it. I am starving at this point, so I'm hoping to go stop somewhere and get something to eat because I have not ate today. And I am embracing and enjoying these last few moments of not being super, I'm not even going to say super hormonal, because yesterday I was very hormonal. I do continue the estrogen patch every 3 days, changing them every 3 days until my period starts. She did say, however, that the extra estrogen can delay it by a day or two. So she did let me know what the protocol was to contact the clinic once it starts. So I told her I felt like it wasn't going to be Friday. I feel like it's going to be more like Saturday, somewhere between Saturday and Monday. And she said as long as they're able to do my baseline ultrasound before Christmas, I'm good to go. So I don't really anticipate the egg retrieval being on New Year's Eve as he projected. So that's it. I do have to take the COVID test before I do the egg retrieval. So now that I know what to expect, I feel very comfortable doing so. So stay tuned for the next phase of this, and it'll be stems. Have a great day. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified anytime there's a new video and content uploaded onto this channel.